Quran chapter 28. Chapter 28. Where Allah says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Tafsir. Tilka المبين نتلو عليك من نبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون إن فرعون علا في الأرض وجعل أهلها شيعا يستضعف طائفة منهم يسبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم إنه كان من المفسدين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قاسمين تلك آيات الكتاب المبين نتلو عليك من نبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون إن فرعون علا في الأرض وجعل أهلها شيعا يستضعف طائفة منهم يسبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم إنه كان من المفسدين.
Allah is talking to us. Don't say amen. Only Allah knows the meaning of those children, 3 letters. Like Yasin, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, So. No. There are so many like that. Allah says, Ilmuhu in Allah. Only Allah knows the meaning. Tafsir can come in many ways. You have Tafsir Quran in Quran, where you interpret Quran using the ayah of Quran to do the Tafsir of Quran. And you can use hadith to do the Tafsir of Quran. And you can do Tafsir al-Ayah bil-Ayah. You can use the first one of the surah to bring out the meaning of this ayah you are reciting. So, the one we are starting today, we will be seeing how the Tafsir al-Quran will come to play. I beg Allah to make the affairs very easy for me. Tọ́símẹ́ ọlọ́run kan ló mọ̀ tó lè ìnáwẹ́ rest Allah tí n ká yá tó ní kéta ní mọ̀lé. This is a clear sign in a book that is very clear. Nátìlò
نتلو عليك من النبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون.
Certain things happen during the time of Prophet Muhammad. Many prophets came before him. He had to establish the fact that he was a prophet from Allah. How can he do that? Either he was able to tell people what happened before he was born without anybody telling him. or he performed a miracle that no magician has ever done before. Or he can say something that you have never heard before. And people used to go to him. You will see many places in the Quran. Yas'alunaka anil haida. Yas'alunaka anil. Yas'alunaka anil. They ask you about this. They ask you about this. They ask you about this. They were asking the prophet, trying to establish, are you truly the prophet of Allah? You remember when he left Mecca and Iran, when he wanted to persecute him, the Christian king that welcomed him, when he asked him, he said the people wanted to kill you. Why did they want to kill you? He said, because I told them I'm the prophet of Allah. And the Christian king said, how can you call yourself the prophet of Allah? If you are the prophet of God, do you know what do you know about Jesus? That was the question that the Christian king who sheltered him asked him. If you want me to believe you, what do you know about Jesus? The prophet never went to school, he never went to church. Somebody is asking me a question, and he told the king, the person who sent me sent Jesus. Jesus was born of Miriam. He was born so late. He would eat the purpose why he came. The man said, so doctor, you have spoken the truth. He told us so. Because he didn't mean Jesus. So the same thing Allah is saying, Nantilu alayka min nabai Musa wa Fir'aun. O Prophet of Allah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I want to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story about Musa and Fir'aun. بِالْحَقِّ قَوْمٍ يُؤْمِنُونَ. I'm going to tell you the true story about an event that happened between Musa and Fir'aun. I will take some time here. Musa, Fir'aun. We have been hearing that story before. What is Allah looking for in telling the prophet story? He said, "We call me for the believers." In Fir'aun ala fil ardi. Nama tayo hero. Inna Fir'aun ala fil ardi. Fir'aun has transgressed on land. Which of the Pharaoh? Fir'aun is not a name of a person. Pharaoh is a title. It's like Olubadan of Ibadan, Aladema of Irema, Alake of Eba, Olurema of Rema, Obi of Abo, Alaketu of Ketu. So, Pharaoh is not a name of a person. Pharaoh is a title. And we have about 32 Pharaoh in Egypt. Because civilization, Egypt has been an ancient town right from time immemorial. In the 18th dynasty, between 1500 and 1300 before Christ. In between that, we had 15 pharaohs. Then, we had another period of 1300 to 1200 before Christ. We had another pharaoh of 8 pharaohs. Making how many? 15 plus 8. 23. Then we had 10 pharaoh between 1,200 before Christ and 1,077. So if you add that plus 10. So, which pharaoh is Allah now talking about? That is the question. Because Allah said, most old Prophet Muhammad said, I want to tell you a story that happened between Moses and Pharaoh. The Pharaoh I want to talk to you about, Allah in Arabic, he transgressed excessively on the land. As I will the Pharaoh said, what offense did Pharaoh commit? Allah said, he divided his people into upper class and lower class. He divided his people into people of near and people of far. He divided his people. These are the people that belong to me, I will punish the rest. Yesterday, he weakened a part of the people. Unfair, the one who oppressed them. You shall build up now. He killed their maids. He said, kill all the boys but leave the girls. In that ayah, we should not just go. Why was Pharaoh killing people? Was Musa and Pharaoh not the same person? Not the same tribe? Allah talked in the Quran. Allah says Musa was oppressing the Israelites, the Jews. My investigation, that is Pharaoh. Sorry, Pharaoh was oppressing the people. So Allah now said in the next ayah,
على الذين يستضيفوا في الأرض ونجعلهم أئمة ونجعلهم الوارثين.
ونريد أن نمن على الذين استضيفوا في الأرض ونجعلهم أئمة ونجعلهم الوارثين. God now said, now I am going to support the oppressed people. Pharaoh has done his worst. I want to do my best. I want to do my best. What took the people of Moses, the Israelites, to Israel? From Israel to Egypt. One Mufassir said the father, the grandfather migrated to Egypt. When we got there, as Nigerians migrated to Canada. If the government of the land now made a law that said the immigrants, they are second-class citizens. Instead of me to take 20% of tax from you, you will pay 75%. So, what Pharaoh did was all the immigrants, and when they got there, they were doing slavery work. He decided to oppress the Israelites. Allah now said, I'm now going to support the oppressed ones. And I'm going to make them to be very strong on the earth. I want them to be a jail. Because because torí pé Fáráò fìyà jẹ àwọn èèyàn Moses. Wàhùn máa kínú làwọn òfin àrídì wà lórí àfihàn àwọn àwọn àmàna wà nínú dáhùn máa mílíọ̀nù máa kánú yàtàrò. Allah says, I want Pharaoh and Haman. Who is Haman? Haman was like the prime minister of Pharaoh. Is the next in command of Pharaoh. It's like remember in Nigeria in those days, we used to have one head of state that when he died, everybody was intimidated, right? He had somebody that if he wanted to kill 20, that's the person that he sent. Right? So Pharaoh too, he had Haman as somebody by him. So Allah continues. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ مُوسَىٰ
وأوحينا إلى أم موسى أن أرضه فإذا إفتن عليهن فألقه في اليم ولا تخافي ولا تأسفي إن ردوه إليك وجاهلوه من المرسلين.
What happened was when Pharaoh, this Pharaoh we're talking about was Pharaoh, the historian said is Ramesses II. It's not Tutankhamun, it's not Tabatu, it's not among all the 33 that we have. The Pharaoh that was in power this time was Ramesses II. We had Ramesses I, Ramesses II, and Ramesses III. The Pharaoh of that time was Ramesses II. He was the one in power. Allah now said, when he was oppressing people, there were two versions of the story. The two will be said to be correct. One day, Pharaoh himself had a dream that there was a fire that started from Jerusalem, and the fire was burning everything onto Egypt. When the fire got to Egypt, he burned everything in Egypt but left the Israelites. Another person said, the magicians, the people who can do, what do you call them? And you know, we're not meeting, very young, so I know I have doctors, please, association of doctors. Yeah, I have sorcerers. You know, the sorcerers, they told Pharaoh that a child will be born who will bring your kingdom to an end. That was the reason why he said, he asked them, is the person going to be a boy or girl? He said, a boy. Haman, what do we do? So he recruited special soldiers. Your own job is not to go to war. All the pregnant women in this country, register them. The day they deliver, if it's a male child, kill the child immediately. If it's a female child, allow the female to go. Gbogbo aboyún bá ń bẹ́ ìlú ẹ̀dọ̀ ọkọ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ tí a bá ti bímọ ẹ bá bí ọkùnrin ẹ máa pọ̀ mọ́ rẹ̀ kíákíá ẹ bá bí obìnrin ó yá ẹjọ́ máa lọ. That was the order that Pharaoh gave. Why did he give that order? To protect his kingdom. That is to tell you that the people who are